17 North Shillong is one of the 60 Legislative Assembly constituencies in Meghalaya. It is a part of East Khasi Hills district. It falls under Shillong Lok Sabha constituency. Its current MLA is Adelbert Nongrum. In 2018, Adelbert Nongrum of the Knam party won the seat by defeating John Antonius Lingdor of the BJP party with a margin of 406 votes. There are 28,355 electors in the constituency. In this year's election, there are 9 candidates in the fray. The casting of ballots will be held in 40 polling stations. Though the state has achieved its statehood since 1972, basic developmental projects are still wanting. The aspirations of the electorate are yet to be fulfilled. Every election aspirants make promises which are always forgotten, thus leaving almost every constituency in the remote areas of the state way behind in basic amenities like roads, drinking water, and basic healthcare facilities. Hope still springs in every voters in the constituency. Let us try to get a first-hand knowledge from the electorates, their hopes and aspirations.
Oh, my expectations from this election, I think it is very high. Nowadays, we here in 17 North, we are having many candidates. Like all new candidates also are, like new party like TMC, BPP, all are new parties. But we have old parties also. But I think this election, it's going to be a very complicated one, I would like to see. Because if you ask people whom you would like to vote, which party you prefer, some directly said Nota, and some said we prefer new face. We don't want old face anymore, we want new face. So it depends on the voters, because voters now, they are very silent. Till now, you will see, before election is, by this time it is very bubbly. Like bubbly, people are very happy to go to the candidate house, and they are having, walking in the street and like that. But now it is so quiet that you do not know whom they want to vote. But most of the boys which I had discussed, they say like that, we prefer Nota, we don't want anyone. Candidate, he should be of a very high education, I should think. Because we have seen, when we elect a legislator who doesn't know anything and who speaks rubbish, it really made us ashamed. When we elect a person, we should elect someone who knows about administration, who knows about the constitution, who should not speaks blindly or speaks out of his mind or out of her mind. But I think this time from 17 North, we have all educated people. But for myself, I would prefer a highly educated person who knows about administrative and who knows about constitution as well. Not just because you are educated, but you does not know the feel of constitution.
Teknik election kaba ngi community kum ki pajbat nong song sinong om tang han ka dong ka sinong constituency ni ya borok ko state ngi expect baka kanong ke election ke wonon ra ya ka jinghon ni ki pajba namar ngi I hakini ki snem ki bradep nganomong tang ni ka san snem hakini ki snem ki bradep mensuaro ki bon tang ki jinki ki kerum keram kebalawan ra ka jing kamtam ya ka khai ka pateng kamtam ya ki kena school hababon ki jing thot tingi kwa ba kan ke election ko man manta maki nong sin shar jungi kin pej ba kanum dan kano ka jing ke banon ra ya ki samla ki puli ki bedang lek nang tai ka khai pateng kamri ban kata ba habron kano ka jing angnot jong ki pajba lani jong ki sang balang ro ka sarkar ki ban khot banya kren banya pen bakan poi part sakading do nong ka bakra ho ya ki badan ki ba kamdon ji kita hari kup silang sem silang ka kata sibun ya kina school ka kata sibun arsnem ngila sa kata ha covid arsnem Maka di RSM mga pay 10 generations of student kala affected. Therefore long nakaliang ka sarkar ka di ban pay pakibawan ban simti ya kani ka sarkar ka ban sawan bagin sa yejit hak arfinyo trik ubanay February. Makin tray hok kim di ban si promise tang hak por election. Kin penjrong ki tang ti ki manifesto ki jongki. Klempen implement kepada kanumla ban lo. Kiwan hang ne ban sep. Hendak bangi pay ki kot kubor ngi baki demand man i maki kwa ba kin sha sep kan. Mar ngi kar akta si sa kala penhiar ya ka jai beri jungi. Kala penhiar ya ka state ke jungi hak mar ka partai. Habang ilai si sa khar bang ilai sa asam ngai kendo ki baya iyo habang ki phone ki bangi itu ita kom ki para nohi kai ki ong क्या हो गया आपका स्टेट में क्या प्रॉब्लम हो गया कि करने की हिंदी इधर क्यों what is there what is the problem why this problem why you cannot solve teachers problem you cannot solve anything every now and then we see the NGOs are in the street the people are in the street tika ni kamut ka wanra ya ka jinga ka bakhra ko tika mut ki di ban sutho upai baru haba ujiet ude ban sutho ban jit yano mlam shu di tanda ki emotions mlam shu jet tanda ka jingawan pana menta shwa ka election si teo ni arti ni si banai handai ki di ban pai ki ban jet ki brio ki bala sha ban sin sharing ki bala ban sin sharing ki bala ban yalam ya ka state ku jingi bakan pranai ila ile ya ka hill state san pothli ki snem handai habang apai ngam ong bakam simdan ka development apa ka state jingi handai ka basosi e kalong ba ka ka bangi dei ban yo hagini san posnem lese ngindang duna shibon ano mo in terms of percentage naging duna sibon ke education at the rock bottom
Kind of leadership, there is a what is a big thing leadership, and main thing is there's a big difference between boss and leader. So as a leader, person who can carry his or her people along with her, that is called leadership. So we want good leader, and as we have seen good leader in the before also, so like Mukul Sangma and all. So at that time we have very good time we spent together. So hopefully that type of leadership is good for us. The right person should come out. People should give the vote for the right person who can uplift our things. That is what we don't want much. There should be peace, harmony, employment, so that people can stay here peacefully and nicely. That's what last 5 years experience, if we see, it was not that much good. So hopefully this time the good governance will come and we will carry all of us with the right path.
We need a leadership where it is just not about the title, but it's more about the people. A leader is someone who knows the way, who goes the way and shows the way. So that kind of leadership we're expecting.
According to me, a leader should be one who should not only take the team together, but also lead it from the front when there are difficulties, and send them front when there are happy moments, but also take responsibility and stand when there are hardships and blames going on, and also take the team as together so that when he is gone or she is gone, after his or her legacy continues, not doesn't stop. So that's what a leader should be from our state. Expectations would be more because I've been born and brought up in Shillong, and since my childhood, I have not seen any education institute come up, and nor hospitals have come up. So these are few points where the upcoming government can look into.
I'd want our government to really look forward to is education. Meghalaya has always been doing well in the indicators of education and infrastructure. We are lacking behind in these two indicators, so I definitely want this government to take these two indicators up and look forward to improving it. Unemployment is certainly an issue, as strong education system is the cornerstone of any state's growth and prosperity. So I think if education is looked after, employment will soon generate, because we are also doing well in the startup ecosystem building as per the last year's Centre's report. So I think employment will certainly come up. We need to look forward to the education parameter more.
No doubt there are talented students here, but they are not able to generate income here, and that's pushing them away from this state. So yes, definitely this is a point that government has to look into. This is a very major issue that the drugs thing has been increasing. So in this, I think firstly is proper lighting in all the constituencies, because people tend to get in drugs in all these dark places. So there is very less lighting in our state. I think proper lighting would be one of the few solutions which government can look into. And there are many other solutions like doing workshops, telling the youth that these are bad and all. So there can be many solutions, but this is a very main solution. That proper lighting is very important, I feel, because in dark places this things tends to grow.
I think creating awareness should be one of the topmost priority when it comes to tackling drugs problem. Secondly, there has to be strict vigilance in all the areas, constituencies, localities, because I think drug thrives more in dingy areas and closed localities, shallow places. So creating a strong vigilance and also creating awareness amongst the masses will be one of the top ones from the government to tackle this issue.
Having heard the aspirations of the people in the constituency, let us try to get the views of the candidates relating to the election manifestos, targets if elected to achieve in the next 5 years.
The reason I want to contest this election, it is actually my personal conviction to serve the people in this constituency and also in the state as a whole. Yeah, my aim to contest this election objectives and also achievements is to work for the welfare of the constituency here, especially for the youths, and also for the overall development of this constituency. Once we contest, means we have to think that and expect that the electorate will definitely vote for me, for any candidate also. And actually I'm expecting electorate to vote for me because I've been involved in this work in the locality as assistant headman and also as president of Maukhar Sports Club. So we have served this locality and also this constituency as a whole for the last few years, helping them during COVID time also. My top priority is to see especially for the welfare of the youth here in my constituency, because 17 North Shillong, according to our survey, we found that many qualified youths are here but without job also, we can see. And this is actually the burning issue of my constituency now. And not only that, as I've also mentioned earlier in other networks and channels, I've seen that in this constituency also, we also have many urban poor living in this constituency. And urban poor and rural poor are different. Urban poor are much, facing lots of challenges here in my constituency. And also, like, especially in my constituency, I've seen especially the traffic congestion, how to go about, and bring changes in this aspects also. I choose this party, NPP, because, one of its aim is to keep people first, and then people will bless you. So this is actually the main, most important part and aim of this party, to keep the people first, and then people will bless you. When I requested for the ticket from 17 North Shillong, it took only 15 minutes to decide for my candidature from 17 North Shillong. So that's why I can see that this party is one of the best party as per my assessment.
The first thing that I wanted to get into the political fray was 12 years back when I had joined the Congress party as a grassroots party worker, and I had been nominated as a General Secretary of the Youth Meghalaya Congress during Dr. Mukul's tenure. And I was also the General Secretary of the All India Professional Congress of Meghalaya. After the defection of the 12 MLAs to the Trinamool Congress, under the leadership of Dr. Mukul and Ba Charles. So I also made up my mind as a youth leader of the party who has been with the political conscience of the state for 12 years. So I decided that staying in the Congress, my future is not there anymore. So I decided to join Trinamool Congress because I've gone deep into Trinamool Congress constitution. This party also is a party for the people because it really showed that Trinamool Congress is really a true secular party. My first aim as a leader, as a young leader, my target towards the constituency, the state, it would be to uplift the youth. As we can see in the current scenario in our state, we see a lot of dropouts. It aches me a lot to see that my fellow youths are no longer participating in the educational level. They're all dropouts and then they fall into different wrong activities. And it hurts me as a youth because if I see my fellow youth falling down, as a leader, I would like to uplift them. And when I look at the women society, we see that in Meghalaya, in my constituency, 17 North Shillong, after campaigning these many months, even the years that I've gone like campaigning for other candidates too, I've seen loops and corner in North Shillong that we still lack a lot of things. We see that maximum of the female voters in North Shillong are all BPL, 30%, I would say. When I see that the women here are not being promoted, so as a woman, as a young leader, as a youth and also a female candidate of this very constituency, 17 North Shillong, being an intellectual constituency, my priorities are to uplift my fellow youths, to encourage the youth to get into the political fray. I would encourage the women of the society to come out and work and uplift the society together so that we can eradicate the poverty situation that we can see in North Shillong. I chose TMC because Trinamool Congress, it means grassroots. I myself am a grassroots party worker in a political fray. I admire the chairperson of this very party, the All India Trinamool Congress, Ms. Mamta Banerjee, because she's a fighter. And if she can bring down the BJP in West Bengal, I'm very sure that with TMC coming to Meghalaya, we can eradicate the most corrupted MDA government that we've ever seen in the history of Meghalaya.
I've traveled the length and breadth of Meghalaya in my 37 years of service. And what I've seen when I first joined the service and till now, after I've taken my BRS, Meghalaya has lacked in all respects. And what I've seen, especially in the last 25, 30 years, I've traveled the most remotest villages, and till today they have remained the same. We have wasted so much time, and successive governments have failed to bring that requisite development to the state. And when I was in service, police department, and later on as in the prisons department, my role was restricted to that particular department. And that is an urge on me that I could still contribute a lot more in other aspects of the development also. But being in service it's not possible for me. So ultimately I decided the only way out is that I should join politics. Apart from many other things, I've been looking that we are lacking mainly is on education. We are lacking far behind when it comes to healthcare. We are lacking far behind when it comes to employment. We are lacking also on security aspects. So looking at these four things, I feel that if governments are able to tackle these four things, a lot of things would have brought changes into the state. And I'm focusing myself on these four aspects. North Shillong consists of electorates who are, I should say all of them are literate. With the advent of social media, people have been trying to look for a good candidate, and they will definitely look into the background of each candidate. So these are the plus points for me, and if the electorates actually look into all these aspects, the capability, the background of each candidate, the integrity part of that is also there. So looking at all these things, definitely the electorates will definitely vote for us. Before I actually decided to go with BGP, I had made a study of all the various political parties, their performance in all the other states, including the local political parties in our state. One thing that I've concluded from my findings is that all the states which have been ruled by the BGP have been making phenomenal increase in various aspects, especially in development. And all this is being deprived to our state for the simple reason that BGP has not been able to rule the state. So that's why the vision of our Prime Minister is that all of us has to develop together as a country. I've just attended a program which used to be conducted every Sunday called Man Ki Baat. And here, our beloved Prime Minister has touched even the smallest hamlet in the country. So you see, the thing is, his vision is that if we have to progress, if we have to develop, the whole of India has to progress together.
Ti kay ba laplong ya ba ngandang yakon namar ngasmo ba padep ya ki ba ngatmu ka bang angdot namar ngasib ba ka politics ka kam ka san partai sanyima ka bakentang hakamat uprio hakamat uplay nganaiti na ka banta ban saindur ya ka jaj penrio mde ban saindur ladi timantang ngin ngi kerman ngi khibilen ti upai ba ru un pek un bisar san phu tuli kisnem klayat adu bangyo ala jong jala san phu tuli kisnem hapek manta ngi saindur yeno langi saindur ladi na ngi saindur la ka jong jala phi ko bakalong ngi haban klet shwa ya ka constituency ko mo siong mo ndrei nganum la rupat bansu ignora de ban klet no pat konsil marada kim ki constituency kim penjob nganum poi ya ka ban persang ya ban pendep eta ka jeng angnot tenre hapeng ini i sansnem kuma super kan mau nadu kapor ka bangrung MDC ru ka bangile ke MDC RCN ka bang job na 19 jiao constituency ngadap lo jing sungu ka bakrau ba ya ka ya ki pai ba ki brajit nga ru ti por baradu menta na ke mali ti ki issues ba per ka banglara nadu kapor jong ka MDC baradu menta kuma mali pium de ba keren sarong kapor ka dawa plan ya ka state ka jongi mdi shu ngin chu hun ta man sei ta ki mere politician ani mere MLA, MDC, MP. Ni adong kamprak bansay yakin nong yalam. The need of the hour is to produce a leader, not just a mere politician. Wala da ngangit skam pai ba klei. Ni adong kata kaje per jemut apa yang kajing terikam mga abad ba arten. Hagi por balik. Lagi dan arten li pa kaje per jemut kabawan biang kata kajing stu jemut kabangar ngam tip nei kawan ngangit bakani kawan nasaldet nakabor jing kibrio nginum lawan pendem wi dem takada ko jot kalong yelong sem dem takada ko jot ka senchar ka khadar but hagani ka kenti kabang asngudon jekermen ngarang realize sedang shen boy ba arden ru sedang do alphabet A ngaru sedang alphabet A but ngibron mut yakut udah alphabet T. I don't know what there's behind the scene. Dengan scam, maka dengan non kajing saindur ke bakerpang na salindat ban pendong kam. Yangi badai kiwi ru kum kita kinong yalam. Dei su kum kinong dilam. Barang scam baka VPP ke Voice of the People Party. Nginuan ra ka true democracy. Ka bakiong of the people, for the people and by the people. Marka sur pai ba te. Ni gani ba sinsar demokrasi manta tikam dei syu sinsar demokrasi ka ditang swa election mo ni ada election te kala dei ka autokrasi mo ani ka sinsar don bor te de lor tang nongrim ko bangin hapan wanra ya kata ba kadon sibol me jengkermen bangi ya du lamba ka clean politics ha ka bangit scam lada ngim kitram ko balong kiwi nginom ya pen lalu yak suki bat kalawai te lada ngikit ram ngawang dak basai bangi hapan ya pen yak suki bar kalawai tera san phu tuli kisnam ngam ui khawi ka an ti sakat nu tuli par kisnam ngana khibi lenti ban i ka an ka badong kam manta ka dei ban long shisha ki nong thau an umle ki nong thau pisa.
The main reasons for me to contest the elections and the factors
is only because of the total failure of this present MDA government. To be frank, for the last 5 years, this present government, under the leadership of Conrad Sangma as the Chief Minister, NPP, UDP, BJP, PDF, they have totally failed. As expected by the people, they have not done anything for the betterment of the people of the state. If I am to be elected this time, my aim and objective is to ensure that Congress will come back to power. Congress will be the single largest party, I can assure you. And then, once the Congress comes back to power, there will be a Congress-led government. The main objective and targets of the Congress is to ensure good governance, corruption-free government, right? Corruption-free government. So this is the main agenda of the Congress. And then we want to ensure that we will bring back the good educational hub like those days. That is also, because for the interest of our children, we have to think. And then we want to ensure that each and every PHC, CHC, district hospital also should be given a free treatment, whether you talk about CT scan, your pathology, or anything that is required. That is also. We want to set up also dispensary at the nearest by amongst the places where we have many schools, whether primary school, or primary school, or secondary school, or higher secondary school. The talk of the people, what they are telling, that this government, MDA government, is the worst government we have ever seen in the last 50 years of statehood. So, people wish to see that Congress should come back to power. They don't have any other alternative except Congress. I'm telling you. You see? If you talk about the failure of the MDA government, then the main question is, who are the political parties who are together in this government? Right? The main political party headed this government is NPP. Then who else? UDP, and then PDF, and then BJP. You see? If the MDA government under the leadership of Conrad has failed, that means the whole group has failed. You see, I've been in BJP for the last 5 years almost, right? I've seen how BJP function, and then we did expect that through BJP we will bring a change to the state of Meghalaya, but bad luck for me, I could not win that last election. And then, even though I'm no longer, I don't want to win my election also, but looking at the overall situation of the present situation under the leadership of the MDA government, I could see that even BJP, who are part and parcel of this government, so could do nothing for the best interest of the people of the state, number one. Then number two, people of last election, people did expect that at least BJP did expect something. But this time, believe me, people will not go for BJP. Number one, people did expect that Achadin Aigia. They are telling always Achadin Aigia. But if you talk about Achadin Aigia, we don't see that Achadin. That the only party that we can make sure that will give the best services to the people, whether you are from the post-section people, the middle-class people, or the other parts of the section, then Congress is the only alternative.
The issues that we have raised and that I have come across when I met all the people in my constituency especially are multiple. They are multifold. But the main issues, I have met the teachers, I have met the educationists, I have met the specialist doctors, I met the doctors, I have met some of my people in the constituency who are farmers in their own areas, villages, and of course the social sector, the social welfare department, that I will not leave it aside. Most important, my constituency is an unpolished diamond. We have got the economy in my constituency, right from Yodo up to Kandailan. And we need to polish this and shine again like a diamond. My reason is that what I want to do now, that little experience that I have gained, I want to make that this new government respects the local administration, respects the local officers, respects the executive business as laid down, executive rules as laid down in the past. We can improve on that, but we cannot just do away with all of them. We have got so many people in the state who are good administrators, who are good businessmen, who are excellent educationists. I don't think that we need to, search or hunt from outside the state for them. We have got our own people here. I go to Jail Road, you've got a number of educationists. I go to Oakland, I go to Jayao, I go to Mokhar, I go to Nong Mali. All these places, I gain a lot of knowledge from them. Do we need to go outside to develop this our own small state? We don't need. We need our local people to develop the state in a manner which is beautiful in front of the eyes of the rest of the country, of the people of the rest of the country. And another thing is, we would like that this next government, you will see this wave, the UDP wave now. From today, you will see it will be more. When we entered, they were telling that UDP is a lost party. You see now, UDP is a winning party, and we will win, and we will lead the government.
Well, viewers, those are the election promises. The fate of the candidates in the fray will be casted on the 27th of February 2023, and the result will be declared on the 2nd March 2023.